The fjords on the edge, huge mountains, and deep, mystical forests in the shadow of hidden small Viking village. The sun was lying down, the gold yolk colored generously while sprinkling on the horizon, slowly sinking. The lake, smooth on the surface with sparkles dance, was doing. Light one breeze, trees' leaves gently whispers, and of the day, tiredness over to throw. Worker to the village, sweet one melody was spreading. This melody, village its people to sleep preparer, one lullaby it was like. Stone and made of wood made huts, from their chimneys spreading air. Tasty one, in this way filling wood smoke from inside. One heat sentimental was giving. Evening meal, the smell of it spreads to every corner of the village was spreading. Fishermen heavy their networks while arranging. In the fields, employees last their harvest everyone was collecting. Everyone was in a hurry. Without, the day from the hustle and bustle distant, peaceful one with rhythm movement was doing. The smallest in the village, from the residents, someone, the one which, young Viking boy Thorkell, his house in front seated. Distant mountains, what's behind it? Secrets hiding, curiosity was blowing. The wind, the voice of legends from far away while whispering in the sky, appearing first stars. Thorkell's dream power was reviving. His tiny mind, boundless vast seas exceeding, long ships, and to be discovered waiting mysterious lands your dreams was drying. Sheep wise and the elder Kael, stone won the hut at the door seated, meticulously old parchments was immersed. In the parchment corrugated in the pages of the gods about ancient Viking myths, brave hero stories, and supernatural creatures' adventures was written. Each of Kael's the whisper of the village atmosphere makes it deeper. Thorkell and other residents slowly dream to the world was preparing. Kael's what he said stories of the wind carried to the lullaby mixing, dark magical one halo was bringing. In the sky moon, silver color one disk like rose, village kind one with light washed ashore, waves light voice, and far night coming from the forest birds call, this peaceful silence was completing. This silence to the listener trust and peace giving, with every breath to relax and sweet one to sleep transition was providing. Thorkell his eyes slowly closed, and in your dreams yourself far away lands, cool in the winds, big dragon headed by ships, waves on while floating dream was blowing. The wind song, now own your dreams one part of it happened, and young Viking boy, this forever to adventure, gently was floating. Young Viking boy Thorkell, now to sleep immersed, sheep, stone paved in the streets, silent with steps walking, eyes far mountains behind, endless vast to the seas stuck remained. Moonlight, shadows while extending each stone, Thorkell's in your dreams, new to adventures outgoing. One path, like the sky, seemed to have countless with a star was decorated. And light, one, the wind, its wavy yellow, your hair was caressing each breath, fresh, salty sea the smell of. Inside, feels, and far to the lands will do adventures, live with his dreams filled was carrying. Thorkell, his yourself, whispered, "One day, big one on board I will ride. The seas beyond I will pass, and old the gods, Odin and Thor, lived lands own, with my eyes I will see." This thought, Thorkell, tiny your heart, is sweet one with excitement and deep one with peace was filling. This thought, it only one child from being, take out your dreams on its route, progressive, one explorer like. It felt like every dream, future, big, their journeys one front, the word it was. Their homes in front of you, in time worn and moss caught, old one wood kayak stood. Thorkell, in his imagination, this small to the boat, riding the waves on, as if colossal, one as if on a ship path, it was taking place in the north sky. Lights, magical colors, dance water does, smooth on the surface will be reflected. In this way, nature's created one artwork like was standing. This visual, the feast upon, the waves' soft palpitations, and the wind sweet hum is added, just like his mother him what he said, a lullaby like, Thorkell's to your ears was filling up. Every dream of Thorkell, his your soul, it's relaxing, and eyelash their covers slowly to close, helper it was happening. The night into the darkness wrapped, in the village, it's just own your dreams in the light of movement. From ancient Viking legends heard heroism stories, now own in your mind coming alive. Brave warriors, strong gods, and mysterious creatures. Calm, one with rhythm, his to your dreams accompaniment was saying. In the stories, heroes, Thorkell in your dreams next to you, path friends it was like. All of them quietly progressing, it dream of the world into the depths true was directing. Sheep silence, night birds light crows, and far mountains with its echoes was becoming more distinct. Every sound was Thorkell's dream power, gently feeding him to adventure. True, a little more was dragging. However, this journey, scary not. On the contrary, it was safe, because Thorkell knew that whatever much dreams far to the lands, even if it stretches, always peaceful to his village and hot to your home back could return. This thought to him, safety sentimental was giving. And at that moment, the young Viking boy Thorkell, in his dream, himself, big one adventure in the middle found. North, cool in the winds floating, waves on path he was taking. His eyes slowly closed, heart slowed down, and mind, peaceful, one to sleep, full, literally was ready. All fatigue and concerns of the day, with the hustle and bustle, together back remained. Its place, calm, one peace had left. Thorkell's body loosened, and consciousness, dream of the world calm to the waters dived. Young Viking boy Thorkell, now in your dreams, north of the seas wide around, floating big and durable one. The ship on deck was standing on the deck, stance, self-sure one sailor it was like. The ship was just wood in one puzzle, not thousands years of Viking spirit one extension it was like. High and strong wood poles to the sky true, lying on top of it sails, whereas the wind light with the breeze gently was fluctuating. Each wave, ship your soul through, one heart shot it was like. The waves deck to the bow slightly collision, and the wind from sails coming out kind the hum of it, peaceful with silence wrapped. This sound of the day noisy, and from the rush a lot away, just nature's pure and beware was the music. In the sky, North Light's magical dance started. Purple and green colors, huge one tulle curtain-like, the sky covering, a moment appearing, a moment disappearing, with each other was swarming. This light feast of the sea smooth on the surface reflected, almost two worlds between, magical one bridge it was drying. The lights were that live and was bright, as if sky breath takes its colors, Thorkell's to your soul was working. Thorkell, this light's dance while watching, each your color to your heart deep one peace and serenity what you gave. He felt. Purple, to him serenity whispers. Green, whereas nature's forever cycle reminded me. Of the waves, the ship on board light the murmur, just like his mother whispered one lullaby like him calming. Aye, their cover's getting worse. From where was happening? Ship, see along, slow and decisive one, in this way path while taking. On the horizon appearing far island silhouettes, one by one each appearing was disappearing. This island's as if to Thorkell eyelash winking at him, to be discovered waiting, new to adventure's invitation was on the horizon. Light one fog was rising, and this fog, islands the mystery of, was increasing even more. The ship would deck, every step slightly shaking, wind and waves with harmony, harmonious one melody was creating. This melody, Thorkell's your dreams, it was the rhythm of his dream. This journey, danger far, completely it was peaceful, it was real. In life, storms, dangerous monsters or rude sailors, there was no. Just nature's offered forever peace, and adventure sweet, soft excitement there was. Thorkell, his eyes slowly when you close, the water light swinging, and North Light's magic, your mind completely to sleep was preparing. This two element, its drink peace of mind key it was like. The wind with his voice ancient Viking songs combined, silent melody in every corner of the ship echoing it was like this. Songs maybe hundreds year before, Viking sailors who lived souls by was whispered. Each note, Thorkell's your heart it relaxes, your breath slowing down, and him deep, safe, one peace invitation. This was melody, a shield like all concerns outside, leaving Thorkell only peace and serenity to focus was providing. The ship on the side, hands on the blackboard by leaning on, as he sat down, the young Viking himself whispered, "Every wave to me old gods and heroes their stories whispers, like this." Sentence, his in your mind all thoughts one it was a summary. The waves' rhythm, as if Odin's war in the field the whispers of Thor's hammer coup echoes was carrying.
On the horizon, stars, your journey silent and trustworthy guides had happened. Each light, it's in your dreams progressing way, enlightening, safe one to sleep my name, throw. The stars provided it to him, will not disappear, always one your way is telling. And at that moment, the north cold but fascinating the winds, Thorkell gently shaking, sleep and dream between, soft, aware, even did not arrive. One transition, the young Viking was creating. On deck with peace sitting on, the waves' melody and north lights with its magic, slow, slow to sleep he was diving. Consciously mind to silence while dressing up, dreams was getting more and more alive. The ship subconscious into the depths, true, it carries. It becomes more and more comfortable with each passing moment. Thorkell's body, whole day's tiredness overbeating, mind whereas peaceful one serenity was getting together. This journey, only one shower not the same. In time, your soul rested one, it was a shelter.
Young Viking boy Thorkell, his dream at the summit of his ship, from the deck forever horizon while looking. In your mind, old times legendary, their god stories. The sky was coming to life, and the sea, it's for only nature's two element, not the same in time. Numerous myth and epic live. These were the pages. Night, Thor, sky noise, far away, quiet, and peace-giving. One melody-like was felt, just like one whisper-like to your ears, Dallin. This voice, Thorkell's, your soul was soothing. Odin, only from your eyes reflected wisdom light. Of the north cold, the night enlightens. And this light, Thorkell, dream to the world guidance was doing. Old heroes and gods' epics in your mind, slow, slow by shaping it, peaceful, one to sleep was preparing. The wind, gently blowing sails while swelling, the waves the ship on board hit. Beware, his voice is as if gods their stories was whispering. This voices to him a thing from the past wisdom like Thorkell was coming. This old legends while listening, self, last degree safe and peaceful he felt it. Because knew that each story one lesson, and every lesson is a next to the day more strong wake up will provide. One relaxation, the sea was offering its for. Only one, this mass not the same in time, one information it was the ocean. In the sky, north lights still dance was doing, and this light's legends magical scenes, silver one with light was illuminating. Rainbow-like colors in the sky as it becomes clear. Thorkell, in your dreams, Thor's powerful Mjolnir the hammer, with stars by uniting, one constellation this was forming. The view to him, God still in the skies there is, and him protects. It felt like, on the horizon, waves in its shine, is Odin, only your eye reflection shines. To him, wisdom and peace. Thorkell quietly watching, heart slowing down, and breath rhythmic one. Sleep to the rhythm rapport, each one in the breath of the gods and nature's,
him offered peace into was pulling. In the stories said, creatures of the sea, monsters, giants, and mysterious spirits. Thorkell, in your dreams, scary not, on the contrary, sedative one. In this way, description, Jörmungand, the sea, the snake, of the ocean at the bottom quietly was curling up. Giants, mountains on the outskirts to sleep immersed, gently pale. Each of the children dream in your power, slow, slow taking shape. And fear not, peaceful one fairy tale atmosphere they were creating. Thorkell's your dreams was part of, and this dreams it comfort for you was designed. Sea and sky, legends light and natural with silence, by uniting only one all into Thorkell had come, the gods and heroes' existence all with his self. However, this asks him uncomfortable does not, on the contrary, trustworthy and peaceful one to sleep invitation they were. Thorkell, your journey protector angels it was like. And at that moment, the north cold but fascinating winds, waves soft voice, and legend's sedative melody, child slightly shaking, dream and sleep between soft one bridge. Thorkell, his eyes closing, and in your dreams, gods in the world, silent one on the journey was coming out. His subconscious mind, peace and serenity into the depths. Every moment, a new one relaxation with the feeling was filling up.
The young Viking Thorkell, his dreams magical on your journey continue. Does now his ship from the deck descended, North forest silent on the path slowly to walk it had begun. The path was soft, with mosses was covered, which made the steps almost completely silent. He was making his head when you lifted up to the sky, trees extending colossal branches, as if protector, one roof like him. The leaves were yellowing, light the rustle of the wind sweet, one melody transformed in whispers uniting, the night beware, and peaceful, one to the atmosphere. Every step of Thorkell was wrapped in this mystic, the forest deep into. Truth thrown away. One discovery was my name. A person coming from far away, owl light, his singing to your ears, as if special, one lullaby-like was coming. This sound of the forest awake their protector's existence reminds me, but never one threatening, sentimental. On the contrary, Thorkell, this your voice, him safe what you hold, he was thinking. The forest deep in the old, and in time-worn stones with moss covered, tree roots, moon of light under mysterious, but trustworthy one in this way was shining. Each glitter, it further into the forest to your heart, true. Thorkell was caking his steps, slowing down, and with every breath that unique, pure nature your silence into was pulling. Path throughout, clear, and cold waters the one which, small streamlets slightly was gurgling. The water coolness and beware flow of Thorkell in your mind all confusion take. It was like water was taking him away. All thoughts cleans them peace. He was giving water on the month of light dance while watching The mind completely was calming down. This landscape, North Lights, magical with its colors, it was getting more beautiful. Purple and green lights, trees among floating in the forest unmoving, magical one light to your game. Every light was transforming the shine. To your heart deep, one peace and relaxation was spreading. This light's his your dreams way, it was like. Old Viking legends heard creatures and imaginary heroes. This in the forest with him together, quietly traveling, it was like this. However, this creature's scary not. On the contrary, sedative and protector assets aspect description. Perhaps a tree in the shadow of troll, just sleeping one giant, or whispering one, the wind was an elven spirit. Each one of them was Thorkell protecting, and him trust giving, to the figures was transforming. Each step, it even more sleep brings. Your mind, my name, my name. It was calming. Night as we progress, in the forest silence, it got deeper. The wind with the influence of rocking branches, distant the wind coming from the hills with its humming uniting. Thorkell's in your heart safe, rhythmic one shot was creating. Each breath, it slowly to sleep preparing. In his dreams, north forests forever. In your silence, peaceful, on the journey to come opportunity. Thorkell was providing. This on the journey, no anxiety could not hear. And at that moment, the young Viking entered the forest in the depths. One tree roots over quietly sitting. In the sky, stars and north lights while watching. The wind and nature, their voices. In your arms, slowly your eyes was closing. His dreams of the forest with peace and stars with its light was wrapped. Thorkell, peaceful one to sleep while diving, himself completely safe was feeling. The young Viking Thorkell, in his dream north forests, in the depths of one to clarity reached. The moonlight illuminated this in the field. Small one camp fever was burned. The flames slowly and gently dance doing. Around them hot and inviting one light they were spreading the fire. The crackle of the forest light with the wind merging and emerge calm, relaxing one melody was coming out. This melody, Thorkell's your soul warms and him trust was giving. The campfire around, various from ages Vikings were sitting. All was quiet and with care they were listening. The village wise, the elder Kyle, the old times legendary their stories he was telling. Each word, slowly and rhythmic one toned it was said. That Kyle was telling his stories only. It is the same in time, them listeners to their heart's peace and trust. Thorkell was passing through the fire temperature, and Kyle's their stories beware flow while feeling, your eyes slowly closing, and dream in your power own adventures was reviving. The sea and the wind voices coming from far away still was heard, but camp fever and Kyle's whispers of created silence, Thorkell in your mind, trustworthy and sheltered one area Kyle was forming. Thor's forever the power of Odin, deep wisdom and old heroes' steady courage while telling. Each story beware one with rhythm progressing. Thorkell's conscious your mind to sleep true. Thorkell was pushing himself. This story's one part of like, each one felt sentence. It makes it even more comfortable, and to sleep the passage of was supporting. The fire, the shine, in the sky numerous with a star merging, and Thorkell's in your eyes magical reflections. Each of them spark as if one star-like. Thorkell's in your mind beware one in this way dance does. Your dreams slowly to revive permission was giving. This in the landscape, nature and mythology, all elements, one between. Thorkell has arrived, for flawless one sleep environment had created. And at that moment, the young Viking camp fever around sitting in nature's silence, and the wise man with their stories wrapped, one in this way your eyes closing, the wind and fire and far waves with its melody together, peaceful one to sleep he was diving. His dreams, now Kyle's from their stories, and of the north from nature inspiration, area was full. The young Viking Thorkell, his dream, new one in the phase, again durable his ship was on deck. This time's view, it was different. On the horizon, the sky slowly darkening. The north familiar brightness, its place gray and heavy to the clouds he was leaving. A voice coming from far away, sky noise and the wind light hum. Approaching the one which, the storm was a harbinger. However, Thorkell, the smallest in one, fear crumbs even. On the contrary, it was this nature the incident, one song-like was listening. Each of the wave, rhythmic flutter of the wind, soft hum, and sky the noise, its echoes from far away, for beware, one melody it was like. Thorkell, deep one breath taking, this the storm, to the rhythm, self completely leaving, and peace inside on your journey continue was doing. Storm clouds between, even north lights to shine continue. Purple, green, and blue colors of clouds among filtered in the sky dance, who one each ghost like this was appearing. Colors, Thorkell's your eyes does not dazzle. On the contrary, them to close and dream in your power, even safer one area to create helper was happening. The waves and the wind, melody, a lullaby like, his to your heart it works. With every breath, slow, slow to sleep. The passage of Thorkell's consciousness of nature, this big symphony, slowly was melting. Storm, while the ship is concentrating, waves on, gently swinging, sometimes slightly rising, sometimes it was descending. This shake, Thorkell's in your mind peace the feeling none, because it was not broken by every wave, every wind, and every sky the noise. Nature cycle inside is new. This cycle, it's your mind calming and trustworthy. one to sleep to prepare. All world noisy and chaotic although it seems, that Thorkell, drink world completely calm was staying. And at that moment, the storm full in the middle even, Thorkell his ship on deck sitting. The waves, the wind, and sky the noise, sedative with its melody together, his eyes closing, and peaceful one to sleep he was lost in the storm. His dreams in the middle even, calm and it was safe. The wind and waves, it to sleep true bearing hands it was like.
The young Viking Thorkell, in his dream, the storm back remained, and with his ship together on the horizon, appearing mysterious one to the island, true, slowly progressed. The island is light one fog with its curtain was covered, and this fog, green trees and silent beaches, even more magical. The waves were making ashore hit light the sound of the island with his silence merging and spirit relaxing one melody was turning into. This melody, Thorkell's Peaceful Your Journey, new section beginning. It was like Thorkell, his ship the island, small one to the sheep gently approached, and feet soft, cool to the sands. The island is strange, one this way was quiet, but this silence scary not, on the contrary, live and energetic, one feeling it was giving. Light coming from far away, one light was shining. This light, perhaps the spirits from ancient Viking legends or night creatures' existence sign, but Thorkell the smallest in one fear, there was no. Because everything you dream of, safe and peace was full. The island trees shining through tiny illuminated elves, kind giants, and light shining souls appeared. All of Thorkell's dream in the world, amicable and beware assets description, they were being. Thorkell owned to their world's invitation, who kind guides they were like. Thorkell's every step, this mysterious candidate while exploring him even safer. It felt like the island's silence and legendary assets' kind energy his to sleep the passage of was supporting. Your eyes when closed, the light wave, the sound of the wind hum, and faraway creatures spread soft lights in your mind, one lullaby like echoed. Each light and voice, Thorkell's in your heart deep, one peace and trust feeling creates, his your dreams beware, and calm one journey was taking it out. And at that moment, the young Viking was on the island quietly while walking, nature and legendary creatures sedative with its existence, your eyes closed. Northern lights in the sky dance to do continue, waves are making slightly ashore hitting, and wind to Thorkell, peaceful one sleep invitation, he was whispering. His dreams now this magical the island forever before was swimming.
Mysterious on the island, spent silent and magical of time then, the young Viking Thorkell, now his ship from the deck to your home, true was returning. The island peace and magic with it, together the sea overspreading, its journey trustworthy and beware, one halo, the northern lights were in the sky. Still dance to do, waves are doing light voice, and the wind kind hum. Back return your journey, beware one with rhythm was filling. The ship on deck sitting, Thorkell eyes on the horizon base silhouette. Every wave, every breeze, the child in your heart, deep, one piece, sentimental creates it. Home as we get closer, Thorkell closed his eyes. When you close it, in your mind on the island and at sea, spent all memories slow to sleep, to transform permission was giving. All adventure, sweet tiredness, him slowly to sleep was pulling. Along the sea, light one fog was rising, and ship, this fog inside, quietly was advancing. The northern lights water on created reflections, just like one lullaby, like child's in your mind echoed. Old from legends heard heroes' stories, this silent on the journey again coming to life, and Thorkell safely to sleep was preparing. Wind lightly blowing, and the ship wood deck at every step gently was shaking. But this tremors, tension in its place peace gives. Thorkell, your breath slowing down, and your mind completely it was calming. Each wave, pulsations, young Vikings dream in the world trustworthy and steady, one rhythm was forming. And at that moment, the village silhouette when the young Viking ship approached, on deck sitting, wind, waves, and north lights with its magic, your eyes closed and peaceful, safe one to sleep dived. The young Viking Thorkell, in his dream, long and magical your journey behind, finally to his village was close. This return, only one space change not, the same in time, mental one transitional, stormy from the seas, peaceful of the soil calmness, true a landing. On the horizon appearing familiar silhouettes, her instantly one trust and belonging sentimental gave. Stone houses, wooden huts, and from their chimneys rising smoke, one by one protector symbol like it seemed. The sunset gold-colored lights dark embraced all stone streets and trees, soft one with light was shining. This light of day from the hustle and bustle, the peace that comes after, hot one invitation it was like. Thorkell, his dream from his ship gently when you land, your feet under felt first thing, soft of the soil and light grass, cool it was a touch. It was wavy, the sea on deck hard wooden, subsequent but deeply relaxing one feeling. The village was quiet, during the day noise, laughter, and fishermen sounds had calmed down. Just from a distance, one streamlet slightly gurgling. This was the night calmness, it made it even more obvious. The wind was blowing through the trees, on its leaves whispers, and Thorkell's your heart peace and calmly was filling. To your home true as we move forward, the roads was familiar, but this in the night, one dream it was like. Each my name is Thorkell, your soul it was even more relaxing. The village at the entrance, old wise call and other bay people him quietly and smiling welcomed. There on their faces loveful expressions, to Thorkell this, how long is your trip, trustworthy and important is reminded me. Of the young Viking, the stormy at sea filtered moments, north lights under what he did journey, and mysterious on the island friendly person he met, quietly remembered. All this adventures, now trustworthy and hot of the village inn, slowly one with rhythm in your mind. When he arrived, his mother at the door he was waiting. His mother embrace, all the hottest part of the journey moment happened. Inside when it enters, burning wood smell and fire crackling him surrounded. This place, his, it was his shelter. From the window outside looking, north lights still in the sky dance, waves are doing, and the wind voice far out slightly echoed. all adventure, storm, and mysterious islands. Now Thorkell's trustworthy in your dreams, calm and peaceful, one in this way were merging. Slowly to your bed when Thorkell lay down, deep one with peace breath. Every breath took him to sleep, a little more was getting closer. The bed's softness and the quilt, the temperature of it, one cloud overlying like felt. From the window to the sky looked and shining stars watched. Each of them on your journey, one moment it was like. The village deep silence and nature's melody, this last into the night accompaniment. The wind was blowing the window on the edge, of hanging one from beads, light one sound, water coming from the stream voice, one lullaby-like was heard. Thorkell, his eyes closed, journey along lived in all magical memories, in your mind beware one to the flow transformed. The north, the wind, the waves, light voice, and sheep with his silence wrapped, peaceful and deep one to sleep dived. Next morning, sun first lights sheep over, as Thorkell falls your eyes slowly opened. From the window, floating light of the room inside dance, he was doing it. His eyes rubbed and from bed got up. Went out, my name when you throw, the village fresh morning air against came to life. Birds chirping in the forest, light from the depth sounds, new one of the day, the beginning of was giving good news. Bay people, daily to their work, Thorkell had begun. His mother in the kitchen food prepared, he saw. "Good morning, son," he said, mother smiling. "How nice that you woke up today. Fresh fish we'll take, the one which with fishermen together you can go." Thorkell's heartland joyfully filled with sea today. Again Ara will meet, their adventures secrets will share. One it was day. Quickly his breakfast after doing then out he jumped out with his friends. When they meet, all excitedly see to the edge true was walking. To the seaside when they arrived, the fishermen their networks prepared they saw. The waves on the shore while hitting, light one melody. Thorkell, the waves with his voice together, the sea in the depths stored legends remembered. The fishermen, Thorkell and with friends together, big one to the boat got on. The ship slowly to the sea opened. Thorkell's in your heart, one excitement there was. The sea for him, new adventures and discoveries was offering. The waves on the north lights like, at every moment new one story there was. At sea, they spent time along, fishermen old legends and sea adventures about they were talking. Thorkell hung on every word, with care listening to your dream heroes, and with the gods full one to the world was getting closer. During the day, fish hold excitement, the sea the one which bond, Thorkell strengthened. The sea salty the smell of, into while shooting, your own inside adventurer spirit each one felt. Wave to him, new one things while teaching. The sea in the depths of stories emerge was taking it out. In the evening, to the boat when they return, they get what they did. Fresh with fish full with their baskets to the village back they returned. Thorkell, that day every moment lived its value he knew. The sea was only one giant, the same in time, own inside courage exploring opportunity was offering. To the village on the way back, in the evening, the sun in the sky was shining. Thorkell, this hot in the light of your dreams after how much to run, valuable is thought. Every day new one beginning, new one adventure meant.
Sheep from the door inside when you enter. In your heart, new one hope and excitement there was. In the past lived in adventures, him Thorkell had strengthened. The future, their journeys and their discoveries impatiently he was waiting. Because, like every Viking, he too had his own, the story of, to write for, was ready. The night in the darkness of the stars, Thorkell under peaceful one to sleep while diving. Every moment of his life, one each story is new. The north wind and the sea, his to sleep dive into, it was making it easier. The future was coming to him with adventures full. World was offering, and Thorkell, this the world to discover for, he was getting impatient.